Good afternoon, and what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Thursday, June the 8th. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to continue unboxing. Next in here is this Tails of Equestria, the storytelling game for My Little Pony. Now let's be clear. I'm a middle-aged man. I am not a brony. I'm not a fan of My Little Pony. I've barely seen an episode, if at all. So I don't quite get the attraction of the stories and the characters and so on. It's always been something that my daughter enjoyed when she was a little girl, which was a quarter of a century ago. But let me see, when did this come out? 5 years ago. Riverhorse, basically LCL Studio, published this role-playing game, My Little Pony, Tails of Equestria, storytelling game. And I never got a chance to do an unboxing because I do a review of it, and I was actually really rather impressed with it. And then I found another copy of this for the Bring and Buy this weekend at the UK Games Expo. Picked it up for the very cheap price. Now I don't need another copy, but I have a friend who doesn't need a copy, but I think does. So, you know, he will get this for a gift. So, dear Princess Celestia, I'm happy to report that the dragon has departed our fair country, and that it was my good friend Fluttershy who convinced him to go. The adventure has taught me that your friends can help you overcome even the greatest fears. Always your friend, Twilight Sparkle. What is this book? Hey there. So imagine you picked up the book knowing a little about My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. You probably had a quick flip through the book and are wondering what exactly it is. The book is a manual for a storytelling game, which allows you and your friends to create your own pony characters to explore the amazing and magical world of Equestria. You'll be a dynamic adventurer like Daring Do, or a bold treasure... will you be a dynamic adventurer like Daring Do, or a bold treasure hunter like Rarity? Wait! You said this is a game, but clearly this is a book. You're right, it's actually both a book and a game. So the book contains rules and a story. Rules that will tell you how to make a strong, clever or charming pony. A story that you and your friends will enjoy, where the choices you will make change the story itself until you are telling the story as much as the book or the GM. GM? What is that? A GM, Game Master, is a player at the table, but instead of playing as a pony, he or she will play as a storyteller, impersonating all the ponies you meet, the beasts you face, and the challenges you have to overcome. Think of the GM as a narrator in a movie. It is his or her role to tell the players exactly what is happening in the story, and the outcomes of their actions are depending upon the choices. Cool! How do I win? Winning a storytelling game is very easy. You just need to have fun. Tales of Equestria is not about getting to the end of a board or having the most points, but all about having fantastic adventures and using the magic of friendship to overcome any obstacles that stand in your way. You and your friends, including the GM, are all on the same team. As long as every pony is having fun, everybody wins. So open up Tales of Equestria and be prepared to enter a world of magic and friendship. That's quite a detailed kind of introduction on the back. Now the thing is, that is written but for the Tales of Equestria fan rather than the role player. So you come to this, essentially, it's designed for the brony or the younger player and so on, designed for them to get them playing this game rather than middle-aged men like me coming to it and picking up, going, this is a role-playing game, what's it about? But nevertheless, I was interested to see it and give it a review, and I did. So we open up, and it is very bright and breezy, as you can see from the brightly coloured artwork. Quick forward, contents page, and this is big, bold, and bright. Got an introduction using lots and lots of artwork from the stories, and it's explaining what's a storytelling game. And the other thing is we've got for older readers about the educational benefits of storytelling and role-playing games. So that's a nice touch, I think. You know, make it clear up front that, you know, there are benefits to playing this kind of game. They're fun, but they teach cooperation and social skills and the like, and they do. Things you're going to need, and you can see how simple the character sheet is. Nice and easy. Some role-playing dice, usual standard. Other equipment you can buy. It's a bit of a sales pitch there, but that's fine. And then on to creating your pony. And essentially you choose a pony type, your mark of harmony, or element of harmony, body mind, charm, all the stats, and a talent, and that's it really. Add quirks, a cutie mark, and draw a portrait if you want. And if you want necessary tokens of friendship, you can use those in the game as well. And we'll use some. Essentially you could buy those, add them to the game, or just use tokens in general. Explanations of the pony kinds. Map of Equestria, and in some ways this was my introduction to Equestria, because I never really bothered looking at it, because I suffer from being a middle-aged man and going, that's for little girls. But anyway, so we've got earth ponies and unicorns, telekinesis, pegasi who can fly. There are alicorns mentioned here, but they're not part of the basic rules. Elements of harmony. So an explanation of that. So kindness, generosity, laughter, loyalty, honesty, and magic. All positive virtues. Traits and stamina. So explaining the elements, what goes into making up a pony. So looking at body, mind, and charm. Stamina, essentially how to lose it, how to recover it. And again, it's full of this artwork, and I like that and that. But, so heavily illustrated on the nature of friendship in My Little Pony. So starting with tokens of friendship, how to give them, how to receive them, and what you can spend them on, mixing them, earning them, and so on. Essentially, it's a guide to being a good player, and being a good pony. And we have tests and challenges. These are the core rules. You know, you are really taking a die because your stats are rated at various die types. So you roll that. So a very easy task is difficulty 2. Has anyone ever done this? Is rated between 13 and 20, so almost impossible. Notes here: no fingers, no problem. Noting that ponies don't have fingers, but essentially they can do an awful lot with their hooves. Well, it's a magical world, so that's fine. And then you can use talents for tests as well. Impossible tests and challenges. Handling scuffles, which isn't really quite the point of the game, but it is a part of it. Some of the threats they might face, just illustrating as part of the rules. Talents and quirks, an explanation of those. Along with this, it's really, it's such a lovely looking book. If you're a fan of the My Little Pony universe, then you're going to appreciate it for all that. And you've got a list of all the talents. I'm just going to flip through those to the next section. And it covers quirks as well. They've got a list of quirks. And that can be things like allergy, bossy, needs glasses, short fuse, that sort of thing. Pony names, cutie marks, and portraits. So we're really still sort of like moving through explanation of the rules, creating the characters, and just, enhancing your pony. Money and equipment, because it does feature. So you might be buying books, buckets, clothes, an extravagant meal, You know, it's more part of the storytelling. So you've got lists of equipment there, but they're not necessarily all that important. Levels are leveling up, so it's a bit of a level. It's a leveling game because you increase your traits and your friendship and get more talents and so on. Adventuring tips and tricks. This is you know, basically here's the advice for you to create a character, to get ready to play. You know, be different but not too different. Picking quirks, asking questions. You know, what's the kind of thing your pony does every day? What's your pony's most prized possession and what possession and why? And then a guide to how to play. And then for the game master or pony master, you have how to run a Tails of Equestria game. So, you know, good solid advice here before we get into the pet predicament, which is the given adventure. We've got an introduction, and the adventure starts with sort of like the player ponies have to look after some pets, and then they go missing, and have to go and rescue them. So yeah, that's how it comes about, and you've got all the list of all the pets there that they have to rescue, and it's a particularly cute kind of you know, little adventure. You've got all these pets with their different personalities, and the game master can bring those into play. So yeah, second part is pet rescue, and I have actually run this adventure. It led to you know, the player characters got lost. Player ponies got lost in the woods, and they encountered a monster, and they couldn't really know how to get past the monster. And then they had to. So I said, you know, well, perhaps you've heard that one way to get past monsters is to lull them to sleep. Perhaps you could sing a lullaby. And they said, oh yes, I'll do that. You know, and I'll roll for it. I said, no, you're gonna have to sing it. So, and it's sort of like, so, I've got to sing a lullaby. Yes. See whether it works. And she started singing and sort of twinkle, twinkle, little star. And I went, yeah, I don't think that it's sort of like monsters sort of like notice this bit of sound, but I think you're going to need not just more voices. So I had the whole group sat around the table singing me as the game master, twinkle, twinkle, little star. I didn't fall asleep. But as you can see, there are different. It's each scene where the player ponies go to rescue a pet is a different scene, a different challenge, and so on. So yes, lots of this to go on, and then eventually you just get on to wrapping things up and ending the adventure. And you've got stats for those and various creatures, and then in other stuff you have a table of numbers if you don't to sort of randomize. If you don't have a chart, so basically you've got die charts instead of if you don't have dice. So you can play this without dice, sort of. But dice are relatively easy to find these days, and they were in 2017. So, and then of course you've got the index. So, that is there's the pony sheet. You see that, and it's bright coloured glory. So that is Tails of Equestria for My Little Pony, the storytelling role-playing game. Lovely little game. If you have a family member who is a fan of My Little Pony and you want to get them interested in role-playing, this might well be the way to go. If you've got a friend or you are yourself a brony, then you're going to want this anyway. I think this is actually adorable. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to see me out here in the, if you want to get if you want to be alerted to me being out here in the Nook, where you'll see me with a box from which I will unbox a book or game, in this case a role-playing game, that I will talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do hit that subscribe button down below. And finally, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.